Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is a new month, so I wanted to share my monthly reset, the way that I like to end a month and then start the new month. It's just a little routine, habit, whatever you want to call it, that I have where like at the end of every month I do certain things and then I start off the month with like intentions and organizing myself. So I just wanted to share it in case you feel like having a more organized start of the month and just setting yourself up for success. So the first thing that I wanted to share was how I end the month. And so actually I have this goals planner. This is the Love Sweat Fitness goals planner. And something that I really like about it is that it has a good things section at the end of the month. So like it basically wants you to come to this page at the end of the month and then just like list a couple of things, like a couple good things that you want to celebrate that happened during the month. So because it is April, I'm going to go through and write 2 things that happened in March that I was excited about, happy about, I want to celebrate and I want to remember. I'm just a firm believer that having an attitude of gratitude is really just going to get you really far, and like it's the right mindset. Just when you're really grateful and feeling happy about everything that has happened and can find the good in everything, I feel like you can just see life much better. And I just try to be optimistic that way. So I do encourage you to like reflect back on the month and just think about things that happened that were really good, that you're really happy about, that you want to celebrate and that you want to remember, and write them down somewhere, whether it's like on a note, like on a note on your phone, or a little sticky note if you want to make like a little, a wall of sticky notes with like good things that happen every month. Whatever works for you, but I think that it is a great way to just like reflect and think of the positive, and also think about like any learnings or any growth and any opportunities that you can take forward for the rest of the year. Anyway, once I write that down, it's basically time to focus on the new month and setting up my goals, my intentions, and everything. And one cool thing with this planner is that it has like a little list for you to put out 3 macro goals and then the micro goals that you're gonna do so that you can accomplish this. So you just like list them out here and then you can work, on them throughout the month. So I like to think about like a goal that is realistic for me to accomplish within a month. So whether that is, finishing a book or completing a task that you can get done within a month. Something realistic and doable, because I also don't want to set myself up for failure or, stress. I don't want the goals for the month to generate anxiety and like this feeling of like, if I don't get it done, I didn't do well enough. So I want to be realistic about what I can accomplish within a month and work towards that. And that's why like there's macro goals and then micro goals. So for example, if I'm like, I want to read this book in April, then I'll be like, okay, every night we're going to read like 10, 15 pages. Or if you want to get, like a certification or something, like how are you going to make time to study every day so that you can really get to that point? Whatever it may be, I really try to think about something that I can really accomplish. So obviously like I have my annual goals, like something that I'm working towards the entire year. And maybe that like big goal that I want to accomplish by the end of the year is a macro goal within a month. So something that like I can take a big step towards that goal. I might include it in a month. And I shared a video where I basically like broke down goals and all these things. And one big thing that I believe in is breaking down your goals so that you have attainable mini goals within that large goal. So that's basically what I do. It's like at the beginning of the year, I set myself these large goals and I break them down every month so that every month I can accomplish a step that will get me closer to that. And within that step that I've broken down, I break it down even more so that I have mini steps that I can do daily or even weekly, depending on what the goal is. But I do firmly believe in just breaking down your goals into bite-sized, snackable content, whatever you want to call it, but basically just things that you can really accomplish. I don't want to say easily because that's not necessarily the case, but like that is more doable within a shorter period of time. Because also one cool thing about your mindset is that if you set yourself up for a goal and you break it down into smaller goals and you start accomplishing those smaller goals, you'll gain even more motivation. And like, you go into this upward spiral where you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I can actually do this. This is actually going to happen. I can get things done. And you start working harder towards that goal because you feel like you're motivated to get going, because you've been able to accomplish those smaller goals. So that's why I'm so into just breaking down a big goal into smaller parts so that you can really just like make progress towards it and keep that motivation and momentum going. Anyway, enough on that, but like now I'm gonna write my goals for April and break them down into things that I can accomplish more easily. Okay, once that is done, I like to go through the actual calendar. I mean, this is a planner after all, so it has like every day, every month, so that you can just like list out things that you have to do. And so if I know already things that I have going on a specific weekend, day, whatever it may be, I like to just take that opportunity to write it down so that I'm prepared and I know what's coming. Think of birthdays, appointments you have, anything that you really can include already, or if you want to like schedule out a specific day for you to start working towards that goal. So maybe it is, I'll share this in a second, one of my intentions is that every Saturday I want to do some spring cleaning, and so maybe I'll put like down every Saturday of the month like spring cleaning, so that it's that reminder of like, this is what you're doing today. Or maybe you've been struggling with self-care, so you really want to like book a day that you're like, this is going to be my day, I'm going to take care of myself, I'm going to treat myself to something, maybe I'll take myself on a solo date, whatever it may be, but just like put it ahead of time so that you have that responsibility with yourself, that you've booked that day for yourself, and that's the day that you're taking care of yourself full out all day. I've noticed that for people that really struggle with self-care, like really booking that time holds them accountable and it really helps them. So big fan of that. If you really struggle with just like saying, you know, I'm just gonna take this day for myself, you know, like start the month saying this day is gonna be for myself, and I'm not gonna let anything, unless of course there's an emergency, but other than that, like you're not gonna let anything get in the way. So just plan it ahead of time and say, you know, Saturday, April 9th, that's gonna be the day for me. I'm gonna take care of myself, I'm gonna take myself out on a solo date, whatever it may be, but just really take that opportunity to like celebrate yourself. Anyway, that's pretty much all that I have for my planner organizing stuff. What I do love to do is set intentions every month, and these can be things like reading a page, like I said, or spring cleaning, anything that you want to accomplish for the month, any mindset that you want to, you know, put yourself in for the month. I feel like that's a great opportunity to do it. And so you have a couple different options. Like I used to write them on a piece of paper and just like hang it on the wall, but it was starting to annoy me sometimes because it would just like look a little bit messy. So I started doing it on my phone, which I find that is more helpful because I actually look at my phone constantly. Not that that's a good thing, but like I look at it all the time. And so I get to see my intentions every day. So I'll share with you this here. Basically with the iOS, I think it was like 14 or whatever when it launched, that you can like customize your home screen totally. I feel like that was like a game changer for me. So now I like to put my intentions in like the reminders app of the phone, and every month I just like create one. So like you can see here I have like April intentions, and so I just create a note with the April intentions and I add the widget to my screen. It's super simple. You literally like tap the screen and then you go on this plus button and you can just like search for notes, or reminders, I mean the reminders app. It'll pull up and then you just like select it, and you can select how it looks, you know, like the design that you want it to have. You add the widget, and then you can customize it so that you decide which like list you would like to have from your selections. Every month I like to create a new like reminder with the intentions for the month. So like at the end of this month, I'll just create like the one for May, and I'll just like put that together instead of the April one on my screen. It's super simple. You just go into add list, and then I basically just like title it. So I already have April intentions, but I'll do it again. So just label it April intentions. You can choose whatever color you would like. I'm a big fan of the pink. And then I like to add the heart logo because I just think it's cute. So it basically just looks like that. Then you just click done, and then you can go and like start adding things. So this is, I'm just gonna write test. And then you basically have like your April intentions, and then you go into your home screen and you set up a new widget and you just select this one. And if you're wondering how to do that, I'll show you. Basically tap your screen so that you can add a little widget at the top. So you go into search widgets, and then in this case, it's the reminders. You get to choose the design. I like to go with like the long one. And then you get to choose the list, the specific list that you want to do. So in this case, it would be April intentions, and you would have it at the top. So that's what you see. Anyway, so I have mine at the top, and then here I actually have something from an app called Tally, and that's just like a regular app that you can get on the Apple Store. I do believe that I pay for it actually, but this is totally not like necessary. You don't have to do it. I just like to do it because that way I can hold myself accountable. And so I look at the, you know, like the intentions that I have at the top. I usually like to set about 5. Sometimes if I'm feeling like there's a lot that I want to accomplish in the month, I'll put out more, but normally I do just like 5. And then from those intentions, I just create like a tally, which has the things that I'm trying to do for the month. So then that way I can record when I've done it. So one of my intentions for April is to do a 2.5 mile walk every day, or to walk 2.5 miles at a minimum every day. I'm trying to do a mile walk every morning with the dogs, and then throughout the day, you know, just like I keep walking, and then at night, usually we go on like a 1/2 mile, 1 mile walk again. So I should be getting 2.5 miles, but I still want that reminder, just because that is my intention. Is I want to be able to like, you know, remind myself that like, hey, it's time to walk. It's your daily walk. This is great for you, for your health, just to like clear your mind, spend some time with the dogs. It's also great for the dogs. So it's just like a win all around. Anyway, so with the Tally app, I'm able to like see, okay, I did a 2.5 mile walk today. So I'll literally just like press it, and it'll go from a count of 0 to a count of 1. So like press, and then it's just 1. And then when I go back to my regular home screen, I get to see the tally there, as well as the reminder of my reminders list, which is where I have my April intentions. And one cool thing about the Tally app is that you can fully customize things. So for example, the 2.5 mile walk is something that I want to do every day. But every weekend, every Saturday, I want to spend some time spring cleaning. So I want to do, you know, one Saturday where I'll spend it cleaning the closet. The other Saturday, I can spend it cleaning the bathroom. The other one, I can spend cleaning the desk. Something like that. So I have it set as a weekly goal. So I don't want it to be reminding me every day like, hey, it's your time to do some spring cleaning. Because quite frankly, during the weekdays, I don't really have much time to do that. So that's going to be dedicated to the Saturdays. Or Sundays maybe. But anyway, so I have it set up as a weekly task. So you can really customize things if you really want to do like a tally for the weekdays, the weekends. You can customize it to whenever it will remind you, what days. You can even choose a color. So I like to choose colors that I like so that it makes me happier because that's just who I am. But anyway, big fan of the app. I didn't mean for this video to be all about the Tally app, but I do recommend something that where you can keep track of like your intentions so that you're really holding yourself accountable to getting them done. One other thing I like to do is actually share them on social media. So at the beginning of the month, I usually make a reel or a post with my intentions for the month, because I also feel like when I put it out there and I share it publicly, it also holds me more accountable to do it, because I'm like, okay, I actually share this. I've spoken it into existence. It's going to happen. We're going to make this happen. So maybe text it to a friend, you know, if you don't feel comfortable sharing it on social media, just like literally text your friend and say, hey, by the way, this month I'm setting these intentions and I'm going to hold myself accountable to do this through this text message. Or post them on social media, or tell your significant other, whatever it may be. But just like, if it makes you feel better or like holds yourself more accountable to tell somebody, by all means do it. Anyway, that's what I consider my monthly reset and how I like to end the month and start the new month fresh with fresh new intentions and a great attitude to move forward and get to my goals. So I hope you like this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. If you want to share what you do for like, you know, the start of the month, or if you're going to adopt any of these habits, please feel free to leave that in the comment section as well. If you like this video, please give it a like, a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.